Yes, guys, and welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV for yet another pre-match pump-up for today's crucial game versus Aston Villa. Guys, guys and girls, I really do have a good feeling about today's game. I really do. I believe, it's going to be the return of the Mac, a.k.a. Harry Kane. I cannot wait for him to get us the 3 points today. But guys, make sure you smash that like button on the stream. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. We're on the big push for 100k at We Are Tottenham TV here. And like I said, I'm not going to stop. I am relentless. I will not stop until the boys have that big shiny plaque in the studio. Anyone that does want to come on and have their say, guys, if you're a channel member, the link is up in the community section, guys. Just get straight on that. Click on it. Come on and have your say. If you're not a member, well, it's a crime because these boys are pumping out shows on a daily for us Spurs fans to have a bit of therapy and come on and have our say. So, all you have to do is grab that membership. I think it's a $5 a month, guys. It's absolutely fuck all. So make sure you do grab that membership as well. And of course, look, stay with me because I'll bring you right through the live lineups as they drop out, all the way through to the watch along with your boys Sim and Josh from Spurs Debate today, guys. And so make sure you stay tuned for that. And it's going all the way through to the pre-match pump up as well, guys. So 2 shows, the pre-match pump up and the post-match fan show today, guys, for you guys to come on and have your say. Of course, we are at home to Aston Villa at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is a 2 p.m. kickoff. Chris Kavanagh is the guy in the middle as well. Team news, guys, Stevie B is out with us with a sprained ankle, and Ben Davies is out with appendicitis for Aston Villa. Leon Bailey is out, Morgan Stanson is out, and Trezeguet is out, the fraud. He's not the real Trezeguet. But look, let's waste no time. Let's bring on the first guest. And the first guest is Philip. Philip, my man, how are you keeping?
I'm good, David. Yeah, looking forward to this one. I think it's time we got going properly in the league again after those last 3 disastrous Sundays.
No, I couldn't agree more. Look, like I said, I really do have a good feeling today, Philip. And look, I see a little grin on your face that's starting to come through. Do you have a good feeling about today's game?
Yeah, I think we had two second comings this week. The return of James Bond, and we're going to have the return of Harry Kane today to the Premiership. This is the day he's going to announce himself that he's back.
No,
Thursday night was a warm up.
No, it definitely was. Look, I know a lot of people have been asked for him to be dropped, that his best appearances come off the bench. But honestly, you can't drop a guy after a hat-trick like that. People say he's not interested. If he wasn't interested, he just wouldn't have made them runs to be able to get the goals. I couldn't agree more. Look, Thursday night was a warm-up. Today's the real deal, and today's where he's really going to, unleash himself. And, everyone at the stadium, they better be ready for Harry Kane goals today. It's definitely going to be raining goals. But look, Philip, who do you want to see in the starting lineup today, or who do you not want to see?
Well, I mean, okay, Hugo's going to come back in goal, obviously. Toss up at right back, whether we go 3 at the back or 5 or 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
I would like to see Tanganga in. I'd like to see Romero.
Yeah.
Probably alongside Rodon and Reguilon out on the wing. Possibly if we go 3 at the back, to bring in Sanchez as well. But what I don't want to see is a midfield of Ndombele, Ali, and Højbjerg.
Yeah.
I want to see Højbjerg and Skip in there. And I'd like to see Lo Celso getting the nod because after his performance on Thursday. I mean, I've been watching that pass he made for Harry Kane's 3rd goal again and again. I mean, it was just radar. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And it showed the creativity we've been lacking in matches up to now. So give him a chance. If it doesn't work, have Ndombele on the bench. And then I'd obviously have Son and then.
No, do you know what? I couldn't agree more with that, Philip, to be honest with you. Look, I just don't think a midfield of Ndombele, Ali and Højbjerg, it doesn't work. We've seen it against Arsenal. It's just not hard working enough, to be honest with you. I agree with you. Skip has to come in beside Højbjerg. And look, to be honest with you, I would give Lo Celso the opportunity. Look, I've been disappointed with Lo Celso since he's come to Tottenham, but look, he had a good game the other night, to be honest with you. He had a few assists in that as well. So, look, I'm absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I think Lo Celso does have to be in there. But Philip, do you think he has the creativity in a game like this to be able to, warrant a place in the starting 11. Because look, one thing you can never question with the guy is his work rate. That will be there, so that will complement Skip and Højbjerg. But do you think he has the creativity to be able to land a place in that midfield going forward?
If he's played in the right position, yes. If he plays in front of Højbjerg and Skip, he'd be like the conductor in the orchestra. You can't create too much coming in from the wings. Put him in the middle there and let him spray the passes around and see how that goes. I think he's been played out of position far too often since he's come to Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, to me, he's our most genuine, I won't say replacement for Christian Eriksen, but he's got the ability to pick a pass like Eriksen. All he needs is the chance to prove it and play him where he can do the passing, not so far out on the wings.
I couldn't agree more. Conductor of the orchestra. I like that. Absolutely love it. But look, Philip, centre backs. Look, I'd be surprised if Nuno matches Villa up today, because Villa, they have won their last 2 games playing this new system with 3 at the back and that. I can't see Dean Smith changing. A lot of talk, will Tottenham change up to match them? I don't think we will. I do think we'll go 4 at the back. But look, Philip, centre back, it's a real issue for us. We need to get a set of partnership there big time. We can't keep chopping and changing the way we are. Who are your long-term players going forward to create that partnership?
I think long-term, we've got to look at the double R, Romero and Rodon.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to have a settled centre-back. I mean, you cannot keep chopping and changing when one player doesn't know who's going to be alongside him for the next game. Successful teams, and I'm going to refer to, I don't like referring to Arsenal, but the successful Arsenal teams of the past had a rock-solid back four that barely changed. And that's what we've got to aim at. A back four for the Premiership games that doesn't chop and change every 90 minutes. That the boys know who's going to be beside them. They know the way they play. That brings confidence. That brings solidity in defence, and very few goals conceded. We keep chopping and changing. That's not going to happen.
No, do you know what? I couldn't agree more. Look, we're conceding far too many. I do think it's about time we get a set back four. Look, Philip, Aston Villa, they've got 21 corners in the last 3 games. We know we have a big problem from corners. And they do have some big men to attack that ball in the box. Would you be weary of that sort of situation today from Aston Villa?
Well, yeah, I would. But again, if we've got defenders that are confident in their job, they know what they're doing, and they've watched the videos of Villa's corner routines, they should be able to cope with them. Another thing too is not give away any stupid corners.
Yeah,
I mean, we've done that in the past and it's cost us. But no, I think Rodon and Romero, if they're the 2 that play today, they have got to be wary of Danny Ings. I mean, Danny Ings, in my opinion, should be playing for us today. Never mind playing for Villa. We should have signed him in the summer. But he's a danger man to me. And whether from a corner or set piece or even open play, he's the man to watch. But going back to the corner routine, and another thing I've got to say is Hugo has to be a bit more assertive when it comes to corners.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's trying to stop on his line a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch other goalkeepers coming out, pushing the way through to get the ball when a corner comes across. And he should be able to do that a little more often than he does. But hopefully it's not an issue today, that the Villa don't get up our end too often to create that sort of problem.
Hopefully not. Look, I agree with you. Look, Danny Ings, that guy absolutely lives for a goal against Tottenham. He always scores against us. So, look, I think it's crucial that with him and Ollie Watkins up front with their pace, I think we have to go with Romero and Rodon today. Look, I don't think we can use Dyer today. Look, he tends to switch off. And if he does switch off today, it's going to cost us because they have the pace to be able to punish us with a ball in behind. So I couldn't agree more on that. Also, Philip, look, we can't really avoid it, but there's a lot of talk about Nuno at the minute. If we lose today, do you want to look at a change manager over the international break, or are you going to give this guy the chance?
Look, it's okay saying we Nuno out and we don't like what he's doing, and the players maybe haven't bought into his style of play or anything like that. But let's face it, we give Nuno the boot during the international break. Who's coming in?
Yeah.
It took 72 days to get him in there during the close season there. This is not a situation like Pochettino's leaving when Mourinho had probably already been tapped up and was ready to move in. There's nobody out there at the moment that wants to come to Spurs. We had enough refusals during the summer. I doubt that's changed too much given the last few weeks. So I really think we're going to stick with him until, I say, January at least. Now, I think Watford sacked their manager today, which is no surprise. I mean, they changed their manager like they changed their socks. But I think we're going to have Nuno until January at least, and then possibly there will be a few more suitable candidates maybe in the market to come along. But let's stick with him until then. He's the manager until he's not the manager, and that's the only way we can look at it, you know?
No, look, sensible answer. Look, Danny Rose and Musa Sissoko getting yet another manager sacked. Imagine that. You know, it's absolutely crazy. But look, Philip, how important is the crowd going to be today? Look, with Tottenham, we tend to go one down. We can't really handle it. Our heads drop. And, you know, the fans probably will turn a bit toxic today if that happens. And look, I don't blame them. Look, the effort from the players just hasn't been there. But how important is it that the fans at the stadium stay on side today?
Well, I'll tell you, as I said to you before the program there, I saw a text today or a tweet today from somebody who's going to the match. And he said, first time to go and see Spurs play since we lost to Wolves 3-2 in March last year. Looking forward to seeing Villa beat Spurs today. Now, if that's the attitude of the crowd that's going, God help us if we go 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Because the place will turn toxic. The fans have got to get behind the team regardless what's happening. Like Thursday night, it was very quiet. It was only when Kane came on, there was a bit of an atmosphere generated there. Up to that, it was like watching a practice match. There was no crowd noise at all. But that's got to change today. The South Stand has got to earn its corn today. Get behind the team from minute one and stick behind them. Even if we go 1-0 down, stick behind them. Because if we go 1-0 down and the crowd turns, I guarantee we'll get nothing out of this match because the players will just fold.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Look, it's a sad state of affairs. That shouldn't happen. But look, you're right. You're right from what we've seen, you know. But look, Philip, who are you most looking for? Who are you most looking forward to seeing run around today? Is it Harry Kane? Is it Son? And who do you think is going to win this game?
Oh, Harry Kane. Harry Kane. He's you know, it's building up nice and slowly. He scored against Wolves. He should have had a penalty against Arsenal, didn't get it. He scored a hat-trick during the week. The guy is just warming up for the big reappearance, and that's going to be today. I'm looking forward to Harry putting any of his doubters to bed. And this talk of dropping him. Can you imagine sitting in the Villa dressing room in 10 minutes' time or whenever the Spurs team sheet comes out and Harry Kane's not playing? You might as well hand them the 3 points. They're going to be pumped.
Yeah.
So Harry Kane starts, Harry Kane scores, Spurs win, end of.
Absolutely love it. Well, look, Philip, I'm going to have to get a score prediction off you, my man, because we do have a few guests lined up here. Look, great call as always. Really enjoyed it. But look, before you go, I want your score prediction, my man.
I'm going to be conservative today and just go 1-0 Harry Kane.
Absolutely love it. And look, is there a message you want to send out to the fans there today? Maybe get them pumped up.
Go to that ground today. Pretend it's a UEFA Cup final. It's a Champions League final. Because technically it is. After the 3 results we've had, today is one of the most important league games Spurs have played in years. We win today, we're back on track. We lose today, the depression continues. So get behind the team. Stay behind the team. They will react. And we will, by 4:30 this evening, we will have, or 4 o'clock this evening, we will have 3 more points in the bag and we'll be ahead of the scum.
Come on. Absolutely love it. Well, Philip, as always, end on your loudest. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely love it. Big up, Philip. Absolutely great call. Brilliant. Thank you so much for Philip for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And my God, does he have me pumped today. Look, there's no better day than when Spurs are playing. You know what I mean? You can't beat it. Honestly, you just roll out of bed. And I say roll out of bed because you're just fully confident. You know, you're loving life. You're smiling and you're thinking to yourself, why am I smiling? Yeah, that's right, because Tottenham are playing today. And Harry Kane, you know, will bag a few goals. That's why we all love this club. That's why we all roll out of bed smiling on a Spurs day. But look, let's bring on the next guest, and he's an absolute legend. It's Wagas. Big up, Wagas.
Hey, everyone. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
I can hear you loud and clear, my man. Loud and clear. You keeping well?
Yeah.
Are you excited for today's game, lad?
Yeah, kind of.
And what players are you looking forward most to seeing today, lad?
Definitely. The player who I would really want to see, but I don't really think is gonna start, Lo Celso, because to be I really want to see what he can do as a number 10. He was number 10 against Moore, I think, and he was he was playing really well.
Yeah.
I know it was just the Conference League, but I want to see how he could play as a number 10 in the league. But I don't really think he'll start though.
Why is that, Wagas? Why don't you think he'll start, man?
I think it would be. I think it would be. I think he won't do much changes, Nuno. I think it's just gonna be Højbjerg, Skip, and Dobele, and that wasn't Alistair Gold's predicted team as well. So I think we'll just go with that.
No, 100%. Big fan, yeah. Big fan of Ali Gold.
Definitely.
But look, what about Harry Kane today? Do you think this guy could be back in the goals today? Of course, hasn't scored in the Premier League so far, but do you think he could be back in today? Back in with the goals?
Yeah. But the other guy. So he got a hat trick last game. So I
Yeah.
think I'm confident that he could do the same today as well.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Look, I love Harry Kane, Wagas. Are you a big Harry Kane fan like me?
Yeah, obviously.
Who's your favourite player in this Spurs team, lad?
Think it would have to be Son now.
Son. Yeah, look, he's very important. And look, what is it about Sonny that you love?
I think it would have been Kane if it wasn't for the summer.
No, fair point, fair point. Look, there is the argument that Kane does play a lot better with Son. Do you think Son will score today, lad?
No, I don't really think so. I think it would be 1-0, and I think it would be a Kane goal as well, like the other guy predicted.
Stop it, Wagash. You're getting me absolutely pumped up. I'm going to have to start running around after this now just to burn off some energy, my man. But look, what formation would you like to see us play? Do you want to see us stick to like the 4 at the back, or do you want us to change to a 5 at the back today?
I think 4-3. I think it was like a 4-2-3-1, wasn't it? The one. I think that was the formation that we played like almost the whole of like the entire last season. I think that the 4-3-3 doesn't really suit us. So I think that our best formation right now would be that.
No, I agree with you. I think we have the players to play that as well. Look, at centre back, look, Wagas, we're conceding a lot of goals at the minute. And look, me personally, I think it's down to not having a settled back line. Look, I don't blame Nuno either with some of the players that went to South America and everything else. But today is the time to put that right. Who do you want to see as a centre back partnership go forward, man?
Dyer and Romero.
Why Dyer beside Romero, Wagas?
I think that Dyer has. I think even though the past few games, I think that he has been playing well this season. So I don't really see a reason to drop him. I don't think the loss against Arsenal was purely on him. I think it was more of Sanchez. So I think that Dyer Romero. I think Dyer Romero would be the best. Would be our best centre back pairing.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and look, it's definitely a good shout. Look, Eric Dyer, he wears the badge with pride. And look, one thing you can't give out to him for is, even though sometimes he does switch off, look, at the end of the day, he absolutely bleeds for Tottenham, and he definitely fights for Tottenham. And there's a reason why every manager likes to keep him around 100%. But look, Wagas, how important are the fans today at the stadium?
Same as the other guy. I think just get behind them. I don't really. The thing is, if the player, like, if we concede early on or we aren't playing so well in the first few minutes, I think the atmosphere in the stadium would be really tense, and that's gonna be the last thing that we need right now. So I hope that that isn't the case today.
No, I hope so too. Look, I hope so too. Hopefully that big wall of sound, can get going today. But Waggis, how important is it that the Tottenham team start off with the right energy and the right mentality as well to kind of get the fans behind them? But not only that, but so the game's not out of, not done within 25, 30 minutes. How important is it we start right?
The thing is, the mentality of the squad has been very weak in the past few games, and I think that's how we lost the last game
Yeah.
in the North London derby. I think that I'm not gonna say that the players were that bad in the Ars. I know it was a pathetic performance, obviously, but the second half was not that bad, and I think the reason those picks were just so poor. So I think if we just keep the mentality good, like, and hopefully, I think if the fans get behind the team, I think the mentality would be good. But if the atmosphere is just so like toxic in the ground, the mentality is like it could go away so easily.
Yeah. No, look, I agree with you. I couldn't agree more. But look, Waggis, what's your score prediction, man? What's your score prediction for today? Give me it.
I think it will be 1-1, unfortunately.
1-1. And who do you think's going to score Spurs' goal?
Kane and Danny Ings.
No, interesting. Look, hopefully you're wrong. Because
Yeah.
But look, Waggis, usually I don't let people away with predicting a draw or a lose for Tottenham. So I'm afraid, man, I'm going to have to hold you to the same standards. I'm going to have to get a winning prediction off you.
Okay, then 1-0. Let's go positive.
That's it. That's what I want to see, my man. That's what I want to see. But look, Waggis, why don't you give us a line to get us all pumped up for today's game?
Come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely love it. Well, Waggis, thank you very much for coming on, my man. I really appreciate
No
it.
worries. Thank you for having me.
See everybody, big up Waggis in the comments. Show him a lot of love. Absolute legend. Brilliant to have Waggis on. But look, let's keep rolling. Let's keep bringing on the next guest. We are 1 minute out from lineups coming up, guys. So make sure you stay tuned. But look, let's bring on the next guest. Phil Letitia, my man. How are things?
I'm good, thanks. You?
Oh, sorry, you were on mute there. How are things, lad?
Yeah, no, I'm good, thank you. Looking forward to the game. Nervous, but yeah, no.
No, look, I get it being nervous. I get it, but you know what, Phil? I can't help it. I woke up and got out the right side of the bed today. I just feel positive. I feel the win is coming, and I just say to our Spurs fans, be ready to receive the 3 points with open arms. But look, what is about today's game that has you nervous, Phil?
Just the spirit of the team.
Yeah.
Literally coupled with a little bit of Nuno with his tactics. Obviously, I've just seen the teams just dropped.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if it's come through
Yeah,
for
look,
you guys.
I'll just give it a quick shout out there.
Yeah.
The team is, guys, Hugo Lloris in goals, Emerson Royal at right back, and Waggis called it Romero and Dyer at centre back with Reguilon at left back. Højbjerg and Skip in the middle with Ndombele in there also. Lucas, Son and Kane. And guys, the bench is Galini, Doherty, Sanchez, Roden, Wing.
And yeah, they're just that lack of confidence.
I think the stream is down, Philip. I think the stream is down, my man.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll wait for the boys to give us a go ahead before we go back live. Cheers, Ndombele in there. I'm surprised at that, to be honest, Phil. I thought. Oh, we're back. So yeah, Philip, do you think that Dyer is the long term player in beside Romero for Nuno?
I don't know. I think the long term. I mean, the trouble with Dyer is he gives heart and soul, but there's a mistake in him. Same as Sanchez. And if he wants stability, it's got to be Romero and Rodon, and the other two have got to be there as your backup. I think when you look at Rodon, he's comfortable on the ball. When you look at Romero, he's aggressive in the tackle. You know, we all talked today about Danny Ings and his great record against Tottenham, but if Romero's marking him, I don't think it'll happen today.
No, look, if Romero's on him 100%, I don't think it will. Look, with Dyer, I'm not too comfortable with it. He tends to switch off. He tends to have moments. I just don't understand why he's not playing Rodon. Look, you look at Rodon last season. He was our best defender out of the whole lot, to be honest with you. And he made this. He only made the step up from the Championship. And he was our best defender at times. And for me, he was the one orchestrating things as well. You'd see his arms moving, pointing at players and stuff like that. And I'm just surprised. Look, he has been unlucky. I have to say, Rodon. He has been unlucky with. He was outcasted by Ryan Mason. Then he picked up an injury. He hasn't really had that much time to kind of establish himself in Nuno's plans. But look, I thought Romero and Rodon were good the other night. I know we were playing against a crap team, but I thought the partnership looked decent, to be honest with you. But look, the main one that everyone's talking about now, Philip, it is Ndombele in midfield with Højbjerg and Skip. What do you make of this decision? Are you surprised maybe there's no Lo Celso?
Do you know what? Yes and no. I thought Lo Celso had a good game the other night against whatever opposition it was, but you wouldn't bet your house on him delivering, and I think that's his problem. I think today, if the formation is 4-2-3-1, I think your Ndombele sits in there quite happily. You have Skip and Højbjerg as protection for the defence, and then you have the four guys up front that are. They can interchange. He can drop off, and if that's the case, then maybe that's why, because he's got a little bit more space to roam and float around. Whereas you've then got the two speedy guys out on the wings. It could be good, but if he is putting them as the three in midfield, I would question it, because I don't know where that decision comes from, because we're not suited to that. We don't play well under that. But I don't know who's making that decision, because Nuno's never really done a 4-3-3 from what I've seen. So that's my question: is if we are, who's playing that system? Who's deciding that?
Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really. It doesn't fill me with great confidence that Ndombele is in there. Look, yes, he can change games at the drop of a hat. He has that pass in him and stuff like that. But for me, it's very few and far in between. And the reason why I'm not comfortable with it today is because Aston Villa midfield is hard working. It grafts all day long. You're talking about Douglas Luiz and John McGinn. A lot of teams find it difficult in there. And Ndombele, I don't know where he has the work rate. Look, if he is further up the field and it is a 4-2-3-1, we might just get away with it. But look, it's gonna be a tall order today. It's gonna be a tall order with Ndombele in there. That's for sure. Philip, do you think he has the creativity? Look, against Arsenal, for me, he was very slow on the ball. The game before that, against Wolves, of course, he cost us 2 goals. Is just having that creativity enough to warrant a place in the starting 11, I guess, is what I'm trying to ask.
I think that the more the season's gone on, the answer to that is clearly no. You've got to have a bit of work and an effort in there, or you end up building your whole team around allowing him to basically come and go when it feels like it, because that's how it feels. He doesn't feel fully committed, and because he's not fully committed, there's a mistake in there, and for that level that we should be aiming for, it's not good enough. I mean, would Fergie have him in his team back in the day? I don't know if he would.
Yeah, no, that's a fair observation. But look, what sort of message do you think that sends out to some of the rest of the squad? Maybe players that are committed, maybe players that, are putting it in, do love the club, and then they see this guy, just walking into the team and he's just taking the piss out of the club.
Well, you don't know. I don't think it sends the right message, and the concern with that is that why we put in a performance like we did last week? Because it's like you know, we know that there's not an ounce of backbone in any of them. So if they're there going, oh, well, he doesn't have he's moving in, it just creates that level of uncertainty, I think, within the squad.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. Are you surprised that Lo Celso missed out today? Do you think he done enough during the midweek to warrant the start today?
Sorry, so again,
Are you surprised? Are you surprised that Lo Celso missed out today? Do you think he done enough midweek to warrant the start?
I think he had a good game the other night. You know, a goal, a couple of assists, but he was playing in the right position for it. So maybe today he might start with Ndombele and then move to Lo Celso later on, and that's the way through.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. And look, the big man up front off the back of a hat trick, full of confidence. Are you excited to see him today? Do you think he can win us the game?
Yeah, he's got to play, but some of the reason he's got to play is one, he is one of the world's best, and secondly, there isn't anyone else. So there is, you're limited with that, for a conversation for another day. But we know why. But you have no choice. If the guy doesn't get the opportunities, then he can't score. And the other night he got the opportunities and he scored.
Yeah, look, that's the biggest thing for me with Harry Kane. Look, we can all say he's not committed, this, that, and the other, and look, probably rightly so sometimes. But what I will say is, no striker's going to get you goals without having a service. It's that simple. When you sit there and analyse the game, how many balls are actually coming into the box? How many balls are going in behind? And how many balls are going to Harry Kane? Yeah, there's balls going to Harry Kane. They're about 10 feet in the air. Like, what's the guy supposed to do with that? He is lacking serious service. Look, me personally, I don't understand it. Look, we're lacking goals in the team. We're lacking creativity. He got the most assists last season for us and the most goals. So I don't I can understand people are pissed off, and rightly so, with what he tried to pull in the summer and everything else. But look, let's not kid ourselves. Let's not drop him. This is the guy that's going to get us the goals that we need to fire ourselves up the Premier League table. That's for sure. But look, Philip, how important is it today we start off with the right attitude and that the game isn't over within 20, 25 minutes? Because Aston Villa will start fast today. They will.
It's so important today because there clearly feels a lot of pressure on Nuno. And you're right. If we're one down after 10 minutes, that positivity in the stadium could turn very toxic very quickly. We know that there's potentially stuff going on outside of the ground today. And what you don't want is them, I think it's justified that you get on the players' backs, but they're not the right kind of people to be able to go, do you know what? I'm going to roll my sleeves up and get stuck in because we've said there's no spine in any of them. So, they need a lot of loving and caring and, to be motivated to get through. So it's absolutely essential that, they start full on today. So.
Do you know what? Sometimes loving them when they don't deserve it kills me. I'm a bit old school, Philip. So it kills me just praising them for no reason and stuff like that. But look, sometimes you have to. But Phil, look, you mentioned there about the stuff going on outside the ground and that today. How important is it that the atmosphere inside the ground is absolutely rocking and bouncing come 2 o'clock?
It's the be all and end all, isn't it? If you go back to the Man City game. You kind of felt Man City were beaten before they started that day because there was, every single one of those fans in there. So 59,000 in there, absolutely behind the team and the club.
Yeah.
And, and without that, they always talk about the 12th man, but it felt like 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th that day. It was an absolutely fantastic atmosphere. And that must have inspired the players to just go for it. And, best atmosphere of all. And you wonder if that's a coincidence. Our best performance was the best day for support. So maybe.
Yeah, look, do you know what it is? I think maybe since the Chelsea game when they were calling for fans to get behind them and they did and they collapsed and stuff like that, I think that might have irked the fans a little bit. But look, I couldn't agree more. Look, that place has to be absolutely bouncing at 2 o'clock. I want Sim in the studio to be able to hear Ben chanting at the ground. That's what I want because, look, if the players can't create the right atmosphere for themselves, then it's up to us, the fans, the 12th man. That's what we're always called, 12th man. Then it's up to us to provide it. So anyone that is going to the game, and maybe if you are tuning in, get everybody to be singing loud and proud behind this team today. But look, Phil, what's your score prediction?
Well, every week I come on here with my positivity and it turns around. So I'm going reverse psychology. I think we're going to lose 2-1 today. So that's my secret. I still think Kane will score. I think we'll score first. I'm convinced we're going to come out the traps today, and go full speed. So secretly hoping, obviously it'll be the other way round, but I do think we're up against it. Villa looked so good last week against Man U.
Yeah. No, they did. Look, we're definitely up against it. But look, we need to defend our home turf with some pride today. We need to defend it with pride. And look, 2-1, I think it's a fair scoreline. But I know what way you mean it. I know you want to say 2-1 to Tottenham, but your mouth won't allow you, because you'll be there beating yourself up tonight if we lose, saying it's your fault. So we can, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. But look, why don't you give us, a line to get everybody pumped up for today's game?
Well, all I'm going to say, this is our team, it's our club. They've been there for a long time. They're going to be a long time in the future. We need to get behind the boys, do what we do best, and that's play football, score goals, win games. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And just before he goes, is it only me, or does everyone else think that Phil looks like Matt Letizia? Let me know, guys. Do let me know. I think it's only me, but I definitely do. But Phil, it's been a great call. I've really enjoyed it, my man. And thanks very much for coming on this early.
No worries. I'll speak to you again. You take care.
Yeah, no, look, I'll give you a text after we win, Philip.
All right. I'll look forward to it very quickly. Come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely love it. Big up, Phil, everybody in the comments. Give him a lot of love. But look, it's time for the last guest of the evening before we end off. And it's Ben Wills. Ben, my man, first-time caller. How are things?
Hi, can you hear me?
How are you, my man? I don't think have you been on WeAreTottenhamTV before?
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, my man. Loud and clear. It's your time to shine. Take it away. What's your thoughts on today's game?
I wanted to stay positive, and I want to stay positive, but I don't know. I missed the last game. What was it? Arsenal, I think, and Mura. I missed them both, so I'm a bit out of the picture right now on how things could go.
How could you miss the North London Derby, lad? Where were you at that was better than the North
London? I was working. Man.
I forgive you. So I forgive you.
But at the same time, I checked my phone like in mid shoot, and it said 2-0 down. I was like, no, I'm not even going to bother like switching it on. I saw the notification. I was like, nah, screw it. I'm not watching.
No, look, I don't blame you. There were Spurs fans leaving after 20 minutes. To be honest with you, if I was in work feeling your pain, I would have just said I had a headache and went home. I wouldn't have been able to deal with it, to be honest with you. But look, my man, the start
I would have complained about that,
Huh?
The fans that actually went there to actually leave like 20 minutes in. Yeah, you're losing 2-0, and yes, it's against Arsenal, but man, the energy that gives to the players, that's an energy that it feels all around the stadium, and the Tottenham players could even feel that. I think there's people leaving just made everything it's like we gave up on them. We've already given up on them, and there was no chance for us to fight for it. It was, for me, that was something that I really disliked. I think we should, the difference in a game is when you have everybody cheering and you keep fighting, because everybody's cheering you to fight. If they're not cheering you, you're going to stop fighting.
Do you know what, Ben? I do agree with you, but in a certain way as well, I'm kind of like, these players, like they've got unwavering support for so long that it is about time they started repaying the fans. In that sort of regard, like, to turn up and not ready for a North London Derby, I'll be honest with you, it was quite surprising. It's the worst I've seen in my lifetime. Just lack of attitude and stuff like that. But look, moving on to today's game, Ben. Today's game. Look, the start lineup is here. Lloris is in goals. Royale at right back. Reguilon at left back. Romero and Dyer at centre back. Højbjerg, Skip, and then Ndombele form the midfield with Lucas, Son, and Kane. first of all, we'll start with Emerson Royale over Tanganga. Are you surprised with that? Look, Tanganga's not even on the bench. Started, he's on the bench. I'm not sure whether it's some sort of late injury or not that he's picked up. But
Exactly. I don't know what's exactly happened. So I don't think he's chosen Emerson and left Tanganga completely out, because I think if Tanganga was well, he'd be on the bench. So I'm not done. Can I hear Sim or Ben?
Oh yeah, no, it's all right. Sim's in the background there, you know, but just press the mute icon up in the corner there if you don't want to hear him.
I don't know how you do it, but okay.
Oh, don't worry, we'll keep moving. But Royale,
okay.
right back.
Yeah, so I think, and also Emerson, I don't think he's a bad player, and I think he's a player that will push forward and also help in the attacking play. I think he'll do that. Tanganga, I like his play defensive. I really think Tanganga is going to be a great player, but I still think he has to work on it. It's just the same way as he showed a bit of his weakness of how he got angry with, what was it, Zaha. I think it'll take time for him, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Emerson, I think is not a bad decision out of it. I don't think.
Yeah. No, look, I agree with you. Look, I think he's more than capable. I think he's going to be a very good asset to Tottenham in the future. I think he's a good signing. But look, Dyer in beside Romero. Are you happy with that? Are you an Eric Dyer fan or?
Yeah. I like, I think I'm going to get hated for this, but I really like Eric Dyer, and I do believe. So let me say this: I do believe Eric Dyer is one of the players that would do everything for the shirt, because this is something I think we're missing. There's so many players that we've got this massive club, we've got everything here. We're getting paid a lot. We don't care about the club and the shield that they carry on them.
Do you know what?
And he does. I think he definitely cares.
Do you know what? I actually agree with you. I actually do agree with you that he actually does care. You know, he does have that fight in him. And look, Mourinho did allude to it in the Amazon documentary, All or Not, and he did allude to it that, you know, Dyer does have that fight that maybe some of the other players lack. And so, look, I agree with you. Look, me personally, I'm not Moon Boot's biggest fan, but I do think you actually do make a very good point there. So maybe you won't get as much hate as you think. But look, what about Ronald McDombele in midfield, Ndombele, you know, along with Højbjerg and Skip? Do you think he deserves to play?
I think he deserves to play. I still think his attitude and his compassion to play, I think, is still not there. I think he's still missing a bit. Like I think it's mainly his attitude. I'm still doubting on it. He's a great player. He's an amazing player. I'm just doubting on it. And Højbjerg and Skip, I think that's a solid start. I think that's the start we should have probably every game.
Do you think that it should be a 4-2-3-1? Scrap the 4-3-3, go 4-2-3-1, have Skip and Højbjerg as your base, and allow Ndombele just to do all the attacking?
I don't think that's I think that'll end up happening though. I think that will end up happening. I don't think Ndombele is going to stay back. He's going to push forward. I can really see it. And Skip and Højbjerg, knowing that they stay back a lot, Ndombele is going to see himself having to go through a different space, because Skip and Højbjerg find their way so perfectly in front of the defensive line that I think Ndombele is going to have to push an extra space. So yeah.
No, 100%. But look, you know, do you think Lo Celso, do you think it's harsh that he missed out today after such a good performance midweek?
I don't think it's fair, but my opinion, I don't think, at least in my opinion, to be honest, I don't think Lo Celso is the top player that many people think he could be. I have a big amount of doubts on Lo Celso. He's not convinced me at all. And come on, let's be honest, to get to Moura, and it was a good performance, but and you score a goal, but come on, we're talking about Premier League level here now. Premier League level, to be honest, I think is because I live in Spain and I watch the Spanish league as well, and the English league is another level. It really is another level. The competitiveness between all the teams is another level completely. So I don't think he's got that level yet. He could, but I don't think he's got it yet. So that's why my doubts are on him.
No, that's fair enough. Look, I also have my doubts about his head. So, look, the only reason why I asked that is I just don't think Nuno right now myself is in a position to be dropping players that are probably on form, especially with the way results are gone and stuff like that. I just don't think he's in that sort of position. But look, hopefully it works out today. Hopefully it is a masterstroke. But look, my man, you know, what's your score prediction today? Are you confident going into the game?
Oh yeah, we have to stay positive. We're gonna win 38-0. 38-0. We're absolutely thrashing them. No doubt about it. There's no way we're losing this. We have to win. Plus, to be honest, I think if for whatever reason the first 10 minutes we concede a goal, I'd be happy about it, because then the next 80 minutes the Tottenham players are going to work their ass off to chase for the ball, because the attitude has to get there. We have to chase for that ball. If we're just dillying about the ball and trying to get chances, but you really have to chase for that win. You have to go for it. So I think if that happened, I wouldn't be happy if we lost and conceded, but I think that's the attitude, the mentality they have to go in like they were losing and they have to chase. They have 90 minutes to chase the ball like mad, and they have to score. They have to score a bunch.
Do you think that'll happen though, Ben? Because look, you look at Chelsea, they went 1-0 down and then going 3-0 down. You look at Palace, went 1-0 down, end up going 3-0 down. You look at the Arsenal game, went 1-0 down, end up losing 3-1. Do you think this team has the cojones, the bollocks, to be able to respond to going 1 down?
I like that, the cojones. When I think that they're under pressure. I think all the players, the team, I think the club, the manager, which I don't think is completely fair, but there's a lot of pressure and they have to chase for it. I think they've already lost quite a few games. Yeah, they got a bit of hope and a bit of like, come on, we're still a good talented players with the game of the Conference League, but they have to chase for this. And especially when Aston Villa are they're gonna try and break us down completely. And I think if we can make sure we're nice and composed in the game, that Aston Villa cannot try and push us and make us feel under pressure, I think that will be very good for us to win.
Yeah, no, 100%. But look, my man Ben, what's your score prediction for today's game?
Oh, 38-0. 38-0. It's 38-0. It has to be. It has to be. And every time it's going to go a goal up.
Look, you're more deluded than I am. They'll probably end up giving you the pre-match pump up and taking me off it. You know, they probably thought they'd never find someone more deluded than me, my man. Look, why don't you give everyone, you know, a quick pump up? Give them a nice good line that's going to sit there making them, you know, rip the pillows apart going crazy for this game.
If I'm going to be honest, I think we could, if we play well, it could be a 3-1 or a 3-2 maybe, but a win to Spurs, obviously.
No, absolutely love it. Whereabouts in Spain are you, lad?
Near about to Barcelona.
Barcelona. Well, look, I want everyone, you know, around Barcelona to hear us. So I want the biggest "come on, you Spurs" from you possible.
Come on, you Spurs!
Absolutely love it, Ben. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, my man, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
That's the loudest one we've ever had. I hope to have you again, Ben. I hope to see you on more of these, my man. Really do appreciate it. And you enjoy yourself over in Spain, brother.
Thank you.
See you, Ben. Guys, absolutely brilliant from Ben. You know, honestly, he's rocked my socks off. I cannot wait for this game now. But look, guys, me personally, I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham today. I'm gonna go Harry Kane to get it with a brace. I think he's gonna fire us to the 3 points. Look, at the end of the day, we just need to be positive going into this game. I know we're off the back of 3 London Derby defeats in the Premier League, but we put things right midweek. Well, sort of put things right. Let's continue on today. Once this team walks over the white line, let's realise what they're defending, and that's our home turf. Hopefully they have a good look around the stadium, see all 68,000 Spurs fans singing their lungs out, absolutely getting behind the team, and hopefully they respond. At the end of the day, we're Tottenham Hotspur. Let's fucking have it. Let's beat the villains. Let's turn the villains into heroes. And the reason why I say heroes is because they're going to deliver us the 3 points today. As always, guys, stay tuned for the watch along with Ben and Josh coming up. We'll be taking you all the way through to the post-match fan show. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I really do appreciate everyone's support on these pre-match bump-ups. It doesn't go unnoticed. To everybody that tunes in, smashes that like button, comes on and has their say, it's a massive, massive help. So thank you to you guys. Look, if you've enjoyed what I've had to say, why not get over and check out the Irish Hotspur and smash the subscribe? If not, guys, I'll see you back here for the next game because I'm here for every single game. But as always, come on, you Spurs. Let's have it.